If your classes are half empty and the part of you is wondering, do I need another certification, a better playlist, or even a different studio, stop. Because none of those are the real problem. Because if you're like me, you already done everything you were told. You took a training, you got certified, and still your classes are half empty. Now let me ask you this. What if the very thing you think will make you a better instructor is the thing that's keeping you from having sold out classes? Because here's the truth, no one's gonna tell you. People don't care how much you know, they want to know how much you care. And once you understand this, you will never teach the same way again. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 skills that took me from teaching almost empty classes to 79 people in a room that had never seen over 30. In the middle of the last recession, in a time slot nobody wanted, with a workout that no one ever heard of. And by the end, you'll understand why some instructors fill the room while other instructors keep losing the game. Sold out classes are not created by more certifications. They're created by the instructor's ability to make students feel good, feel seen, feel successful, and feel safe. Now, when you believe that, everything changes, because this is where you realize that this is not talent that you were born with. You see, these are skills, and skills you can learn. Now, before I show you the 3 skills, let me tell you a story. 13 years ago, I created Inferno Hot Pilates. It was the very first high-intensity, low-impact workout in the heat, in the whole entire world. For the past 10 years, I traveled to over 200 hot yoga studios. I trained over 5,000 instructors. If you've taken a hot Pilates class, there's a good chance I trained them. I've led trainings in New York City, Chicago, Boston, Indy, California, Asia, Australia, and Europe. Single-handedly, we turned around the hot yoga industry. Mom-pop studios who were struggling to keep the lights on all of a sudden had sold out classes. Imagine that, from empty rooms to wall people. We made them from zero to a hero overnight. They called us because Inferno filled the rooms. Studios that had 5 or 10 people per class started seeing 30, 40, 50. Some of the owners opened 5, some opened 7 locations. Some bought the building they used to rent. But here's what most people don't get. Besides the format, the method that saved hot yoga studios. And I would love to share a piece of it here with you. The method starts with 3 skills. I call it ACE. A stands for acknowledge. Most instructors think that the class starts when music starts. Nope. Class starts the second the first student walks into the studio. Now picture this. The student walks in, the instructor is on their phone, hiding behind front desk. They're in their own little world. They're busy scrolling. That student might take the class, but they feel disconnected, and they decided already they won't come back. Now picture this instead. The student comes in, you look up, you smile, you say their name, you make them feel like you were waiting for them. That is not small. That is your first sale. Because before they buy the workout, they buy the feeling of belonging. They want to feel visible. In our studio, we call it uptime. Uptime versus downtime. Uptime is being fully present, alert, and aware. Not kinda, not halfway. You are all in. Because for your students, this is the highlight of their day. And when someone feels seen before the class starts, they're much more likely to come back after. C stands for challenge. Most instructors think that they need to be creative. They need to reinvent the wheel. So they create a complicated workout with complicated moves. They make their students hang off the chandelier. They make them do weird stuff. They demo something that took them 5 years to master in front of someone who just sat behind the desk for 8 hours. And this is what most students are thinking. This is not for me. But they don't say it, they just don't come back. And here's the truth. Simple is not easy. Simple is doable. Simple makes people feel capable. And capable students will come back. The front row and the back row is doing the same thing. The only difference is range of motion, maybe speed or intensity, but there's no separation. That way the beginners think, I want to do this. And they all decide they want more. And that's how you fill the room. E stands for energy, high energy. High energy means excitement. When you're excited, they get excited. It means something great about to happen. We don't take this lightly. Listen, listen, listen. You have a chance to change someone's day. Ultimately, you have a chance to change their life. Energy is presence and certainty. Let me say this again. Students don't follow volume, they follow certainty. They want to follow a confident leader. You have great music, perfect cues, and strong sequence, but if your energy is flat and disconnected, the room feels it. High energy also means motivation. Motivation by walking around, giving them compliments, telling them they're doing something good. They're doing a great job. They must know that they're in the right place. Now, let me tell you how I learned this in the hard way. I moved to the United States to compete in fitness. I just got my pro card. My life was simple: eat, sleep, train, repeat. I got it figured out. Then one day I was practicing my routine. 1 second I was flying through the air, and the next second I landed and I heard this loud pop. And the pain came right after. And in that moment I knew, as a competitor, I was done. But I just moved here, all the way from Hungary. I left my family, I left my friends, and I built my life around this dream, this one dream. And just like that, in 1 minute, everything was gone. My identity, my dreams, they were all gone. I fell into deep depression and I found myself on my friend's couch, lost with no direction. I was bloated, unmotivated, and devastated. Then one day I caught myself in the mirror and said, "Gabby, you need to get out. You are meant for more than this." And my friend took me to my very first power yoga class. The first time in a very long time, I felt seen. Not because the instructor used big words, not because the sequence was impressive, but because I said to myself, "Gabby, you belong here." Even injured, even insecure, even barely speaking English. And that was my first aha moment. People don't come back because you impress them. They come back because you make them feel they belong. So I started learning everything. I got all the certifications. I wanted to know more. Power Yoga, RYT 200, Balanced Body University, 488-hour certification, CrossFit, Zumba, RKC, competition kettlebell, NASM personal training, body pump, RPM, you name it, I'll take it. Jay, my husband, always makes fun of me. He says, "You're a professional teacher training taker." In the past, I truly believed that the more I know, the fuller my classes will be. But that was not true. When I first started teaching Inferno, my numbers were all over the place. 5, 17, 8, 10 people. I was using words like gastrocnemius and soleus instead of just saying calf. I was over-explaining and over-demoing. I wanted to prove that I know what I was doing. It was like trying to sell a car by reading the manual out loud, but nobody cares about the specs though. And that was my mistake. I had technical skills, but I didn't yet have the class leadership. I started to focus on making them feel seen, feel capable and alive, to make them feel confident, to help them make the decision to come back to the studio and do it all over again. Within 3 months, I had 79 people in a room that had never seen over 30. Worst time slot, during the last recession, unknown method. That was the day I understood. We are in a relationship business and we're selling feelings. No matter what business you think we're in, we're always in a relationship business. You always have to remember, certifications won't fill rooms. Charismatic instructor sells out room, 100% of the time. A dear friend of mine came to one of our early trainings. He was deeply knowledgeable, years of yoga knowledge, incredible anatomy understanding, very serious about his craft, but he was teaching smaller groups on a good day. Before he signed up, he took 3 of my classes in 1 day. And after he said, "Gabby, every time I walked out, I felt high on life. I felt like I could conquer the world. You are doing something extra in there." And I won that. He went through our training. Everything changed. He didn't double his attendance. Actually, he quadrupled it. He had to open a second room. This is what happens when the instructor stops just teaching movement and starts leading transformation. Now listen carefully, because this is where careers split. The instructors who learn this get waitlists. They get prime time slots opportunities. They become the instructor students rearrange their schedule for. They become valuable, but instructors who don't learn this, it actually happens just quietly. First, they lose the weekend class, then the evening class, then they get pushed to the time slot nobody wants. Then one day they realize they're barely on the schedule. So what do? They buy another certification, and the cycle repeats. More knowledge, same problem. Because the missing skill is never information, it was influence, it was leadership, it was the ability to create the experience where the students want to come back. Inferno Hot Pilates is not traditional mat Pilates in the heat. It is high-intensity interval training built on Pilates principles. And ACE is just the beginning. Inside the full 3-day Inferno Hot Pilates teacher training, we go deeper into the complete charisma method. This is the framework that turns technically good instructors into an instructor students line up for, and the studios fight to keep. So if you're ready to stop wondering why your room is half empty and start becoming the instructor people come back for, the link is in the description. I'll leave you with this. When we opened our 2,000 square foot studio in 2012, I taught 6 hot Pilates classes a day, 7 days a week. I went all in. I didn't have a plan B. For me, it wasn't just a side job. It wasn't a hobby. I opened at 5 a.m. I closed at 9 p.m. To some classes, I only had one person show up. And I gave that one person the experience of a lifetime. You see, when you give someone the experience of a lifetime, they cannot stop talking about it. They want to bring all their friends. And eventually, I had sold out classes. You're not teaching an empty room because you're not good enough. Your class is empty because you were never taught how to ace your class. Acknowledge, challenge, and high energy. I would like to invite you to learn it, own it, and live it.